Hello and welcome to the Epic Marketing Show. Today we're going to be covering lifecycle marketing. Now I hope you've got a cup of tea ready. I've got one here. It's raspberry Prosecco today, but unfortunately not real Prosecco, just tea. So we're going to cover lifecycle marketing and we're going to take a dive into each of the phases in lifecycle marketing, exactly what it is and how you can use it in your business. Lifecycle marketing was originally created by the team at Infusionsoft. After working with small businesses for some years, they realized that they needed a customer journey, specific steps to take their customers along that would help them sell their products and keep their customers for longer. And in doing this, they took some of the steps that e-commerce providers had already put together and created a customer journey and lifecycle that you can use to really engage with your prospects, convert them into customers and keep them customers for longer. So let's take a look at the phases. There are 4 phases to lifecycle marketing. It's attract, engage, sell and wow. And I'm going to list those out and show you how you can use them in your business. So let's take a deep dive into the different components of attract. The first part of attract is target. Target is all about understanding exactly who your ideal customer is, their demographics and their psychographics. Because once you understand who they are, you can start to cater your marketing towards them. Secondly, you have attract interest. And attract interest is all about understanding exactly how your offers will relate to what they're interested in. And so you've got to really spend a little bit of time and attract interest, understanding what they're looking for and at what level they're at in their decision-making journey. After target and attract interest, what we have is collect leads. And collect leads is all about actually collecting their information so you can talk to them in a more appropriate manner and taking them from that anonymous person on the internet to being someone who's part of your list and that you're building a relationship with. So the next part of lifecycle marketing is engage. And engage is all about building the relationship. In this initial part of attract, all you've really done is understand who your customer is, what they're interested in, and maybe got some information off of them. You may have got them to sign up for a lead magnet, and so through a sign-up form, collected their name and email address, and so you can talk to them through your autoresponder, whatever that system may be. But engage, what we're actually going to do is build that much more of a relationship with them. We're going to teach them exactly about who you are and start getting them interested in what you might have to sell. So the first part of engage is to educate and nurture. And educating and nurturing is all about going, okay, you've got a problem. This is the point you're at. Let's help you understand exactly what that is, and let's help you understand how you can fix that. So you're really kind of building that relationship with them by adding value. And that's a really, really important part of the educate and nurture subsection. So you want to really add value with everything that you're giving to them. And that will help you engage with them. It'll help them engage with your marketing because you're improving their lives in an incremental way. And once you've done that, that's the point at which you can start thinking about selling. Okay, so engage is very often something that's missed out. Generally, people go straight from collecting a lead to selling something straight away. And that just means that people aren't really that interested in what's going on. They don't really trust you. They don't have a relationship with you. So in sell, at this point, once you've built a relationship with someone, you can start thinking about offering. And so you can say to them, right, okay, I've got a product. I know that you've got a problem. I've given you some information on how you can think about, fixing that problem. And this is where we fit into the equation. And so you actually might offer your product and service at this point in time. Once you've offered though, you don't kind of just lay everything out on the table and then run away. At that point in time, you need to close. So you need to work to actually close that sale, and you might have totally separate follow-up sequences that you might run to make that sale happen. Once you've done that, we get to my favorite part of lifecycle marketing, and that's wow. And so in the wow phase, what you're doing is you're kind of really delivering what you have sold them, but you're also going above and beyond and blowing their socks off. You're kind of taking that relationship that much further, and you're giving them something that's worthy to write home about. And that just means that you're going to stick in their mind, even if the purchase was really small, and they're going to be ecstatic about what you've offered. And it's only after you've delivered and wowed that you can think about offering more. So once you've kind of knocked their socks off, they're super happy. At that point, you can start thinking about your upsells, your cross-sells, and your downsells. And so what we generally tend to see is that people get really good at attract, they get really good at engage, and they get really good at sell. And then once they've kind of completed this loop, they run all the way back to the beginning and try and find another customer. That's kind of a little bit foolhardy, because your best customers are the ones who've already purchased from you. And you want to be nurturing an entire lifetime journey with them. That's why it's called lifecycle marketing. You want to be kind of marketing to that entire life cycle. And it's really about offering more, getting those upsells, those cross-sells, and those downsells, and keeping that person as a customer for a lot longer and focusing on the lifetime, because this is where your profits are. So it's also important to note that you only do the upsells, the cross-sells, and the downsells after you've already proven to them that you can deliver. Okay, and once you've offered more, it's at that point in time that you can have a look at the testimonials and referrals. So asking people, how did we do? Have you got friends and family that would like our product as well? Now, that is lifecycle marketing in a nutshell. The important thing here is that it is a life cycle, and each of these stages are modular. So let's talk about how they interact. So attract is your starting point, and then you kind of move along to engage, and you kind of move from engage to sell, and sell to wow, and kind of wow back up to attract again. Let's talk about this link. After you have offered more, essentially what you're doing is you're starting that life cycle again, because you've got to be very clear that the product that you're offering is the correct product for the person that you're offering it to. So you need to be very clear on who that upsell is actually for. So you need to be clear on your target. So you need to be targeted about who you're offering to. You also need to be very clear that that person is actually going to be interested, and making sure that you're using the right language and the right terminology when you make that offer. And you also need to be very clear that you're actually collecting that information. You're collecting that interest is there, and you're getting them to re-opt in or kind of re-engage with your information. So you're kind of starting that journey again. And there's this continual kind of interaction between each of the stages, because they can go from engage straight to wow. You can get people to give you referrals and testimonials based on the nurture series that you may have been sending them through. So it's important to not think that it's totally linear, and that they can actually interact with one another. So that's lifecycle marketing in a nutshell, and how you can use it in your business. I love hearing from you. So if you have any questions, or if you have any plans in implementing lifecycle marketing in your business, I'd love to hear about them. Pop them in the comments below. So until next time, go forth and be epic.